Buying a toilet is surprisingly complicated. So let's go through the mistakes that people often make when they're buying a toilet. The first one is getting the wrong rough-in size. The most common rough-in is 12 inches, but you never know what you might have in your house. So make sure you measure and make sure you get the right rough-in when you buy a toilet. The next thing is thinking that those coatings that they put on the inside of a toilet are just a marketing term. They're really useful. Until I had one, I didn't realize what a difference it made. So some of the companies call them antimicrobial coatings or clean coatings. It really does help to keep the toilet a little bit cleaner. Next is buying a round toilet instead of an elongated toilet. Honestly, I don't really have a preference between round and elongated, and I was kind of thinking about buying a round toilet for our latest bathroom remodel, and my husband put his foot down and said, "We are getting an elongated toilet." I was like, why? Well, ladies, apparently men really prefer an elongated toilet. And if you don't know why, ask a man in your life because I'm not explaining it here, but just trust me, if you want to be nice to the men, get an elongated toilet. Next mistake is buying a standard height toilet. Now, there are really only two heights in toilets, but the companies like to use all kinds of different terms for this. There's a standard height and there's the taller height, which is also called chair height, comfort height, ADA compliant height. They call it all different kinds of things, but it all means the same thing. It's a toilet that's just a couple inches taller than a standard height toilet. It seems like it wouldn't make that much difference, but it really does make a lot of difference in the comfort of getting on and off the toilet for most adults. The only time I would get the standard height is if you have a lot of small kids in the house or if you're unusually short. Now, this is all a lot to remember, so if you are in my bathroom action plan course, just go to step 3 in your workbook and follow along with the step 3 video, and you'll get everything you need to know about toilets, including all the installation supplies that you'll need. So the next mistake that a lot of people make is assuming that a dual flush toilet is going to save you water over a single flush toilet. A standard toilet now uses 1.6 gallons per flush, and a WaterSense toilet uses 1.28 gallons per flush. And you can find toilets that use even less than that. But there are some dual flush toilets that use 1.6 gallons for their larger flush and 1.1 gallons for their smaller flush. If you compare that to a single flush that uses 1.28 all the time, I don't think that's really saving much water. I just don't think that dual flush toilets are worth it most of the time. Next mistake is not buying a brand name toilet. Now, I am all for saving money and I love going for off brands for a lot of things, but when it comes to plumbing things, I really feel like brand name is the way to go. They come with better warranties and there's a lot better availability of parts. So for toilets, I'd stick with Kohler, Toto, and American Standard. Those are the big 3 names. Next mistake is buying a one-piece toilet, especially if you're a DIYer. The reason is moving a one-piece toilet is really difficult, especially if you're alone. 2-piece toilets are pretty easy. I can carry the 2 parts separately myself and don't need any help. With one piece, if you ever have to move that toilet, like to replace flooring or to do painting, it's really heavy to move it. If you do choose a one piece, just be aware that it's gonna make some things a little bit more difficult. Related to that is a mistake of buying a skirted toilet. Now, I know I'm gonna get comments disagreeing with me on this. A lot of people love skirted toilets because they're easier to clean and they just look nicer with their straight bottoms. A lot of people don't realize that a skirted toilet can be more difficult to install, they don't fit in every bathroom, and changing the toilet seat can be a real pain. If you do go for a skirted toilet, just realize there are some major downsides to them. Next is skipping a good toilet seat. A lot of people spend a lot of money on a toilet and just buy the cheapest toilet seat there is, or they use the one that comes with it. And you know what? That toilet seat is the part that you're gonna touch every day. I think it's worth it to spend a couple more dollars to get a nice toilet seat. And I absolutely recommend the slow close type because it's just so nice not to have the banging going on in the bathroom. I'm gonna include a link down below to my favorite toilet if you wanna check out the one I've chosen for our last 2 remodels. And if you like this video, please give it a like and I'll see you in the next one.